What's up guys, my name is Jellycoat5 and welcome back to an episode of the Fortuna Dusseldorf career mode. Before we get into this episode, it would be much appreciated if you haven't done so already, hit that like button, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. First is second, Fortuna Dusseldorf being first, Borussia Dortmund being second, a massive tie being the penultimate episode of this particular season. Let's get into this particular lineup. And Labrovic in goal, Newman and Fusamenta as the centre-backs, El Harbi on the right, Gallardo on the left, Chavez and Tolisso in the middle, with Appelkamp just in front there, Solomon on the left, Shard on the right, Jan Fatih up top. Let's get straight into this and let's see what happens. With having dropped a few points in the build-up to this particular fixture, it was pivotal that we were able to try and see if we can get a result against such a big team away from home. It's never going to be easy, but let's see what we can do. As Tolisso depossesses Marco Reus there as he looks to charge forward, and he makes a really good run at the same time, skipping past the defenders, making it look so easy. He looks to be able to cross it in. It's going to be up, and it's a very good save by Kobold, and as it goes out to Martinez then as he looks to be able to see if he can clear his lines and be able to go on the attack themselves there as Malin picks it up on the right-hand side. Chavez with a lovely tackle, and he manages to keep it in play at the same time. Jan Fatih he heads it down, it's Solomon. Appelkamp turns, it's Kevin Shard, he's in on goal. And it's 1-0 to the boys in red and white. What a goal that was. A phenomenal finish there. Really well done from Appelkamp to be able to turn the defenders and just play Shard in with such a lovely gap to be able to kind of fill him in at the same time. Easy does it, that is for sure. Such a nice finish. And that is a perfect start to this game, that is for sure. Lovely bit of play from Chavez to keep it in originally. And the first touch passing was sublime. And that just turned from Appelkamp, as I mentioned, to be able to find Shard. And it was a simple but effective finish, taking a touch initially on his right and absolutely banging it in on his left there. 1-0 up there to Fortuna Dusseldorf as we continue on in the first half. Then 6 minutes being played as Dortmund get themselves restarted. Lemaitre is found on the left hand side looking for an opportunity to skip past El Harbi. He does so too fast for El Harbi as he looks to get the ball into the box there. He finds his teammate Lobotka running into the area to be able to see if he can do something. Tolisso gets stuck in, but unfortunately it's too much and the referee has deemed it as a penalty, and Borussia Dortmund have a chance to get straight back into things only a few minutes after conceding. It's not ideal, I have to mention, but unfortunately it's just one of those with football. Sometimes you can go 1-0 up and straight away you can throw away the league. It's a bit of a soft penalty. At the same time he backs himself into Tolisso, but all focus on Nunes, and he sends the Labrovic the wrong way to make it Borussia Dortmund 1, Fortuna Dusseldorf 1, and Darwin Nunes fires his side back level there. As you can see, a lovely penalty sending Labrovic the wrong way. Nothing you do in that sort of situation. Nestles into the top corner. Really well taken penalty, and we are now level. 2 goals in 10 minutes as we get things restarted, and as Tolisso looks to charge forward, but he gets stopped in his tracks. It falls out to El Harbi, he finds Fusamenta there as he looks to switch sides to find Gallardo. Lovely ball as Gallardo looks to drag it into the middle as he finds Newman now, Fusamenta, now Fusamenta on the right hand side looking to do something, and in the means that's doing that, Tolisso has been taken out and he has fallen to the ground, but in the means there, Darwin Nunes has intercepted the ball in a dangerous area. Labrovic looks to come out, but Darwin Nunes is dragged wide. Lovely tackle from Fusamenta, but it seems to be that might be the end for Tolisso. Yellow card for the foul also from Darwin Nunes, and it was a bit of a kind of build up in play there where Darwin Nunes just threw himself in there, and unfortunately Tolisso will have to leave the field and he might be out for some considerable amount of time. 17 minutes gone, 2 goals, 1 injury so far. A lovely game so far. I just didn't even expect that, but we'll continue on now. Reece James trying to make a burst on the right hand side. He's successful in the pass, finding Darwin Nunes. Now Marco Reus with an opportunity, but Newman's strong in the tackle, looking to find Solomon on the left hand side as he tries to get the pass there, but Ozcan intercepts. Advantage being played as Reus is on the ball now with an opportunity. Labrovic with a decent save there as it falls back out to El Harbi as he looks to clear his lines, finding Fusamenta, and that is the end of that attack. Borussia Dortmund really attacking in numbers now, and they're looking to be able to see if they can seek out a second in this particular game. Lovely chance once again there for Malin as he looks to be able to see if he can get a shot off. He looks to find a teammate, he does. Marco Reus now Malin with an opportunity, he finds Darwin Nunes. The ball is ping-pong left, right and centre, no one can get hold of it. It's Darwin Nunes once again here, looking to turn past the defenders, but Fusamenta intercepts. He looks to clear his lines, finding Solomon. 1-2 from Newman there, as you can see, as Newman tries to get the play going, but he can't. It's Darwin Nunes for his second, and he has found the back of the net. It's Borussia Dortmund 2, Fortuna Dusseldorf 1, and it's that man once again, Darwin Nunes, that comes back to haunt us. Every time he scores, every time he plays against us, just seems to be able to find the back of the net with such ease, and unfortunately we are now trailing in this particular fixture, so we goal down, and we have had an injured player also. Obviously we've had to make a straight replacement for Tananka, which isn't too bad, but Tolisso was having a very good game, that is for sure. 4 minutes left of the first half as Borussia Dortmund look to be able to seek a third out just before the end of this particular half now. Nemecha picking it out on the left-hand side as he looks to be able to beat Al Harbi, but he has to go back to a teammate there on the left-hand side. He can't really get the ball through though, as Kevin Sharp makes a really good interception as he looks to be able to run onto a kind of bit of play at the same time. Just great something for himself. Lovely pace as he beats Tabibo, with an opportunity to find Appelkamp now. But that is a very poor shot as it's just dragged wide, and that will be the end of that particular attack. Second half now commences as we look to be able to see if we can make a quick, strong start here. As we look to be able to have Kevin Shard on the right hand side. He's trying to see if he can get past the defender, but he's kind of on his own at the same time, and he loses out to Nemecha. Along the left hand side now, Borussia Dortmund looking to charge forward. Nemecha with the ball, travelling even further then. Decent play on the left hand side as the wing back kind of overlaps. As you can see, 1-2's flying left, right and centre. As Nemecha finds his teammate now, Lobotka into the box it goes, but Newman clears only as far as Royce. It's Darwin Núñez, and it's a very good save by Lebrovic, putting it out for a corner kick. Dortmund seems to take total control after getting that second in this particular game, and it seems to be they kind of got the momentum and everything else, but Solomon makes a lovely interception, finding Jan Fatih Arp as Arp turns his man as he looks to be able to stride forward, finding Solomon once again there. Lovely link up play between the two as Solomon strides forward to be able to see if he can beat the defender. He's too fast, but Martinez, and he has found the back of the net. It's Borussia Dortmund 2, Fortuna Dusseldorf 2, and it's that man Solomon that gets himself on the score sheet there to bring things back level once again in this particular tie, and that is a lovely finish from the Israeli, and that is for sure. The defenders were too slow to be able to catch up at the same time. Solomon just composed himself and he belts it on his left foot, leaving no chance for the keeper to get to that one whatsoever, and at least we are now back into this game, and it is now 2-2. At least we are back into this particular fixture, but you just never know how that's going to last against a team like Borussia Dortmund. Now, Malen plays it onto Oskan in the middle of the park, and they're shifting the ball very quickly here. It's 60 minutes being played as the Nemecha picks it up on the left-hand side after receiving a decent ball there, as you can see. He looks to find his teammate Lobotka, now onto Malen. Back to Lobotka it goes with an option to get the ball into the box and find an area where he can get some space. And they can have an option, and that is a very good save made by Lebrovic there as it falls back out to Gallardo as he clears his lines. But it's a poor clearance. It's full to the Nemecha, now Darwin Núñez. And unfortunately, it is now Borussia Dortmund 3, Fortuna Dusseldorf 2, and Darwin Núñez will claim the match ball at the end of this particular fixture after getting his hat-trick. Then Darwin Núñez is on fire against us so far, and it seems to be that we're just not having the best of luck whatsoever in this particular fixture. I wouldn't say that we're playing bad in terms, but obviously in clearances like that and mentions like that, when your defenders aren't doing what they need to do, you're kind of susceptible to conceding goals, and that's definitely what's happened in this sort of occasion, that is for sure. We're going to make some substitutions now to see if things will change, as Elias Chair will come onto the pill for Appelkamp. Herrera on for Solomon as Herrera switches to the right, Shah to the left, and Jan Fatih Arp will lead the field for Blanco then. 68 minutes being played. We've still got time to get ourselves back into it if we can do so, as Borussia Dortmund look to go on the attack once again now. Nemecha looking on the left hand side to create an opportunity, whips it in there. Newman clears as he sees Elias Chair in a decent bit of space here as he looks to be able to run into the gap using his pace and some strength to be able to kind of body himself through. Foul committed, but nothing to be given from the referee. His play continues now. Malen on the right hand side now as Gallardo gets stuck in, and the referee has issued a second penalty for Borussia Dortmund. It's the 71st minute. If this were to be scored, we're pretty much saying goodbye to these 3 points, or 1 point, that is for sure. Looking back on the tackle, we'll see here, again it's very soft. It is very soft. Núñez steps up and he does what he does best, and that's find the back of the net. Borussia Dortmund 4, Fortuna Dusseldorf 2. Núñez claiming all 4 goals in this particular game, and unfortunately it's just one of those where you cannot allow any sort of opportunity to get the goals, and that's definitely what we've done in this particular fixture, that is for sure. 12 minutes left to play. If we get 1 goal, we might have a chance. I'm not too sure, but we're going to give it our all. Herrera is wiped clean out there as the referee does issue a yellow card to Leandro Martinez there, as we look to be able to see if we can get a ball into the area and create an opportunity as the ball is whipped in. Decent delivery there. Looking to be able to see if we can do something. It's Elias Chair, and that would have been a very good goal, but it wasn't to be, as Coble denies him, and he knows how much of a good opportunity that is as Gunter Bernard watches on as we look to take the corner now. Chavez with an option to get the ball into the box. Decent delivery there, and no one can do anything but Coble make a save there as Newman gets the header, and Borussia Dortmund do clear their lines as we will get a throw in there deep in their half. Herrera to take the throw in straight away, finding Elias Chair. Herrera now with an opportunity on the edge, finding Tananka. Now Chavez with an option to be able to see if he can find it. It's going to be Kevin Shard, and he has fired one back then. It's 4-3 as currently things stand then with 8 minutes left to play or so, plus the additional time. And we might have a slight chance if we can maybe create one more attack. Then we might have to be able to see if we can take our chance in that moment. That is for sure. Really good goal from Kevin Shard there. Lovely kind of persistence to be able to kind of have it where Coble is rushing out, and he still takes his time, and he's very cool and calm and collected as Borussia Dortmund get themselves restarted, but they lose possession straight away. The momentum with Fortuna Dusseldorf as Herrera makes a burst on the right hand side. This is a shift in momentum now as Herrera looks to whip the ball in. It's Blanco, and it's a very good save by Coble there. That could have been the moment to draw 4-4 there as we don't have long left whatsoever. 2 minutes left to play. Chavez in the middle of the park, then after the corner comes back out there. Kevin Shard on the left hand side for an opportunity. He finds Ilias Chair. He can't get the shot off. Martinez blocks. It's Ilias Chair, and he's been fouled. That is a foul in my opinion. Nothing given whatsoever by the referee, and Ilias Chair still sitting on the ground there, and he seems to be in some discomfort. We've already had an injury already in this particular game. We might just have another one as Chavez looks to drive forward. We could have still one last chance. It's Blanco, and it fires over the bar. The referee blows a full-time whistle, and I feel like we've been robbed. I really do. How this is the case, Nunes shouldn't even have been on the pitch for the Tolisso instance, so he wouldn't have scored the 4 goals. And it's the case of where Ilias Chair should have definitely been awarded a penalty in that scenario, that is for sure, because that is so poor. But unfortunately, Darwin Nunes picks up the match ball after scoring 4 goals against us, and they come victorious 4-3 then. And the race for first is looking very tight, that is for sure. Confirmation of some injuries. Tolisso and Ilias Chair out for 3 months, and that pretty much solidifies the reasoning of them being out for the rest of the season. Not ideal, because our squad numbers are very kind of few and far between in terms of who we actually want to put on the pitch, so it's going to be a big struggle, that is for sure. But we will push on as we have a simulation game against FC Cologne. It's not going to get any better for us also, as we get a 2-2 draw against FC Cologne there. Herrera and Oscar Bob getting on the score sheet, and it seems to be that we copped another injury also, with Garcia catching a knock there, as you can see, with a plaster next to his name, waiting to see what happened. He's out for 7 weeks, 3 injuries in 2 games. It's not looking good for us. And confirmation of Engelhardt with an approach made there, as he looks to be able to see a way out of Fortuna Dusseldorf after not really having much game time since our promotion to the Bundesliga, but we're quite happy to let him go, even if it is on a free. We can't put our heads down too much though, because we have a massive game now in the DFB Pokal against Bayern Munich, looking to be able to see if we can continue our cup success and get ourselves into the final. This is going to be the team then. Labrovic in goal, Fusa Mensah and Newman as the centre-backs, Al Harbi on the right, Gallardo on the left, Chavez and Tananka in the middle with Appelkamp just in front, Solomon on the left, Shard on the right, and Jan Fatih up top there. We're going to be expecting a lot from Bayern Munich. They're going to want to get through. We're going to want to get through. Let's see what happens then, and let's see if we can get through to our first final in the DFB Pokal. It's going to be interesting if we can kind of pick ourselves up and go again after a few kind of poor performances and the poor results. But as you can see in the first minute, Leroy Sané looks to be able to create something with Klaus on the right hand side with the overlap from Sané. Sané now looking to run himself into the gap, and this looks like a quick start for Munich. But as you can see, Fusa Mensah with the interceptions, Gallardo skips past Klaus as he uses pace. Solomon in support at the same time, but Gallardo uses it all himself. He skips past the lit, the ball goes through his legs. He finds himself in an ample opportunity to get the first goal for Fortuna Dusseldorf, and he makes it 1-0 then in the DFB Pokal semi-final. And Jesus Gallardo, as you can tell by his celebration, it was about time. He doesn't obviously score that often, so he probably thinks it's about time that he did get this particular goal. That is for sure. What a burst on the left-hand side, completely taking out most of the midfield and defence at the same time. Unbelievable stuff from Jesus Gallardo. That's what we want to see from the boys. And we are now 1-0 up early on in this tie. Hopefully we can build in it though, and hopefully we can get a second goal straight away. Bayern Munich looking pretty shocked in this particular fixture in the 13th minute. Leroy Sané looks to be able to see if he can create something, finding Harry Kane with a run there, as you can see. Klaus looks to overlap Sané, and a decent overlap it was as he finds Harry Kane, but Fusa Mensah once again gets stuck into the challenge, finding Solomon on the left hand side. They look so poor on the left hand side after Klaus makes the overlap. It creates such a gap, and Solomon runs through it. This could be 2-0, and it's Fortuna Dusseldorf 2, Bayern Munich 0, and in the 16th minute Manuel Solomon gets the goal then, and we might just be booking our place in the final straight away. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves too quickly, that is for sure, but what a way to do it. What a goal that was from Manuel Solomon, as I mentioned, on that right hand side, so Solomon's left, but they're right. It's so kind of difficult for them to get themselves back after committing so far forward and losing out in the deep half there, as you can see, and it's such a difficult one for them at the moment. Castell's well and truly beaten, and it is now 2-0 to Fortuna Dusseldorf. Bayern Munich not really knowing what to do in this particular tie, as they haven't created any opportunities as of yet, as they look to be able to do so here with an opportunity to make a burst on the left hand side. Musiala finds his teammate then with an option to be able to get the ball into the area. Poor delivery at the same time as Chavez intercepts. Appelkamp knocks it onto Jan Fatih Parp as he finds Shard on the right hand side. Shard looks to be able to see if he can get the ball off to Jan Fatih Parp as De Ligt looks to deal with it. He can only head it on to Jan Fatih Parp. He could be in here. Castells with the save. De Ligt with the clearance. And that could have turned out so much more worse for Bayern Munich, that is for sure. But we still have an opportunity from the corner. Solomon whips it in there. Yavati Park still saves. Falls back out to Delit. He clears. Newman now nodding on to Fusa shot. Gabriel blocks there as it falls back out to Kevin Shard. Looking to be able to see if he can get the ball into the area. Chavez now on the ball, but Lima clears. And he looks to find Delit. And Delit will get that clear, putting on back onto Lima. And that is the end of that particular attack. Bayern Munich have not been in the races so far in this particular half, as they look to be able to see if they can end the half on the high. Sane finds Lima. Lima to Kane now. Advantage being played after the foul committed. Then as Harry Kane travels forward, he finds his teammate Averna then with an opportunity to find Musiala. Musiala back onto Jashiri then with an option to be able to put it on the left hand side. They don't. They go back to Lima then, looking to be able to see if they can get past the red and white shirts. It's Harry Kane now. Fusa with the interception. Harry Kane once again there. And Obrovic follows it up with a decent save. Corner kick to be taken just before the first half whistle is to be blown. Corner whipped in there. Lima whips it in. Gallardo clears. Falls back out to Appelkamp as he can't get it any further than Musiala, as they look to be able to see if they're going to pump the ball back into the air and create an opportunity. He skips past the midfielders. He could be on for a shot here. Fusa blocks. Gallardo can't clear it. Sane, it's a Werner. And Obrovic with a very big save then. All happening at the end of this particular first half as we now go into the second now. Great opportunity for Bayern Munich to get themselves back in it, but Obrovic denies them as we go into the second as mentioned. Bayern Munich looking to start the second half nice and strong to create an opportunity for themselves to get right back into this as Klaus on the right hand side beats Gallardo for pace. Fusa comes across. Lovely challenge but can't meet it as Obrovic saves, and that nearly went south there as you can see as it goes out for a corner kick, but the kind of collection for it was not comfortable whatsoever. But to be honest, nothing happened. It was the most boring half against Bayern Munich, I have to say. We create one more opportunity in the 87th minute with Solomon looking in on goal here, and he should have scored in this situation but he doesn't. Castile saves, but yeah, nothing happened whatsoever. It was such a tame half from Bayern Munich. They started strong but nothing really led on to that. We sat back, allowed a lot of the pressure, just pushed them off the ball to be honest, and we knew that we didn't have to come out knowing that we scored 2 goals early on in the first half, and we are through to our first final of the DFB Pokal. It's taken some time, that is for sure. It's taken us 3 seasons to do so, but we are in the final. We've been in the semi-final before, obviously getting knocked out to Bayer Leverkusen, in the season before that we got fairly close with RB Leipzig then knocking us out, but third time is a charm, and we will be playing Werder Bremen in the final. To be honest, we nearly had a lower league Bundesliga side in there, but it's not to be. We will face Werder Bremen in the DFB Pokal final, and I'm very looking forward to that day, that is for sure. Our third and final game comes against Freiburg then in the Bundesliga, looking to be able to see if we can secure all 3 points after a few rocky performances in the Bundesliga. This is the lineup: Labrovic in goal, Robertson returns with Siebert at the back there with Al Harbi on the right, Gallardo on the left, Chavez and Tananka in the middle with Musiala just in front, Herrera on the left hand side, Oscar Bob on the right, and Blanco up top. Reason for the changes obviously where the fixtures were so close together, we haven't got the players fit. Obviously we have a few players out at the same time, it makes it a little bit more difficult, but let's see if we can get all 3 points against Freiburg. Freiburg have had a poor season so far, but this is not going to stop them to be able to see if they can get a result here, that is for sure. As they look to be able to start the game nice and strong as Doan makes a decent run on the right hand side. Gallardo gets stuck in, a decent challenge to be honest, and it does go out for a throw-in. Freiburg looking to start nice and quickly here as they look to be able to see if they can get a ball into the area. Decent run as they're looking to be able to see if there's an option there. Robertson gets stuck in as he looks to clear his lines and gets past the attackers as he clears his lines, but only as far as Tananka as he nods it onto Musiala with Herrera making a decent run on the left hand side to cause some bother for the Freiburg defenders. He cuts inside on the right, he finds Musiala. Lovely run this is from Musiala to make it 1-0, and he is denied by the Freiburg keeper, and it will go out for a corner kick. Lovely start to this particular game then as we look to be able to build on that, but we're going to have to come under some pressure from Freiburg. Doan makes a decent run on the right hand side, finding Sequet then as he makes a lovely run on the right hand side. Gallardo can't match him for pace. Now Doan on the ball as he looks to get past Chavez, he does. Now onto his teammate then, lovely ball as you look to be able to see if they can do something. It's now going to be Guedes, and Guedes finds the back of the net to make it Freiburg 1, Fortuna Dusseldorf 0, and unfortunately we are now trailing in this particular fixture. We have started the game all right, to be honest. We had the odd chance here and there, but nothing to really make the most of it, and unfortunately we are now trailing in this particular fixture. It's one of those where if you don't start the game in the best way possible, even the smallest of teams will definitely come back to you, that is for sure. Robinson just couldn't get his lines clear for whatever reason, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to go 1-0 up as we are now 1-0 down. 17 minutes into the game, we're looking to make a quick response here as Al Harbi makes to find his teammate Oscar Bob there, but he loses that in possession. Looking to be able to see if we can retrieve the possession straight away off of Robinson as he finds Hoylier. Advantage being played. Guedes looks to be able to travel even further, and Freiburg look to be able to see if they can get a second already in this particular tie then. Striding forward as they look to be able to see if they can do so, and they've got a perfect chance to do so, and Lobrovic has had an absolute howler there as he concedes at his near post, and it's Freiburg 2, Fortuna Dusseldorf 0, and they've already got a 2-goal advantage with 20 minutes played already in this tie. It's not looking good for us, I have to say, to be honest. This is very, very poor standards from our perspectives, and it's not the best of starts, but we have to continue, and we've still got some time in this particular half, and especially in the second half, to make that a difference, that is for sure. But yeah, it's just one of those, I don't know what to say in honesty. It's just a really poor start, and I did not expect this from the side, that is for sure. But we're looking to be able to see if we can get something off the restart as Oscar Bob charges forward, then an option for Oscar Bob, and it is a very good save by the keeper, and it will go out for a corner kick. 28 minutes being played. Freiburg are definitely settled in this half, that is for sure, as they look to create another opportunity on the left hand side, skipping past Al Harby. Robinson on the ball as he looks to be able to get the ball into the area then, and Robinson does get stuck in. Robinson on Robinson, and it will be a corner kick then as Doan is the man to take the corner, so he looks to be able to see if he can get a ball whipped into the area. Doan is there, he whips it in there. Chavez clears as far as Herrera as he nods it onto Blanco as he looks to travel forward with Herrera putting his arm out, looking for the option. Blanco can't get past the defender, he loses that in possession, but Mustiaja wins it back there after a foul committed. Blanco now takes it short, he finds Mustiaja. Herrera now on the left hand side, charging forward now as Herrera. Options are there, but he looks to take it all by himself. It's Cesar Herrera, and he does find the back of the net. It's Fortuna Dusseldorf 1, Freiburg 2, and that man Cesar Herrera gets his side back into it. They only have a 1-goal advantage now, which is a little bit more comfortable for our sides, especially only obviously getting that goal in the first half. But yeah, it's obviously just been a very poor first half for ourselves, not really been able to get going whatsoever. A few chances flying about here and there, and a few decent plays, but nothing to really shout about, that is for sure. And we still have 6 minutes left to play in the second half, as you can see the midfielder for Freiburg is depossessed there as Blanco looks to try forward, but Hoffen makes to be able to kind of interception onto Guedes. It goes, and he seems to be the shining light for Freiburg as Guedes charges forward. He finds a teammate, it's Guedes once again there, and Lobrovic does save. Corner kick to be taken then. Doan whips the corner in. Decent clearance there from Oscar Bob, but it falls back out to Freiburg, as you can see, battling to be able to see if we can win possession deep in our own half. Oscar Bob into interceptions once again there as Mustiaja is found on the right side. He looks to be all by himself there as he kind of strides forward, taking heavy touches to be able to get past the defenders. Mustiaja has found himself in a perfect space, and he has equalised. It's Fortuna Dusseldorf 2, Freiburg 2, and that man Mustiaja gets on the score sheet. He hasn't had the best of season so far, but it seems to be that he might make it slightly better with that goal, that is for sure. Lovely effort getting past the defenders, kind of running from one end to the other and seeming himself to get into the back of the net there. Really nicely done, and we are now level in this particular tie. At least we've got the goals back that we needed to, and let's see if we can bounce back in the second half. Restart by Fortuna Dusseldorf as Herrera picks it up on the left hand side, making a 1-2 Gallardo. Gallardo makes the initial run there, but Herrera can't find him as Gallardo needs to come back now after the ball is lost now. Doan charging forward on the right hand side, space is there also as look to be able to see if we can cover the lines as Seabert looks to kind of jockey his opponent. Now Doan once again now, he's still on the ball, and he just strides wide there, as you can see. Lovely opportunity, but it wasn't to be. But Freiburg have started the second half really sharp and really quickly here, looking for another opportunity as Molinas picks it up with a lovely run as he runs himself into the area. Real good opportunity. Lobrovic saves, Gallardo clears, it falls back out to Herrera, and it seems to be that attack has been squished there, as you can see, as it falls back out to Seabert, now to Al Harby as he looks to be able to make a ball on the right hand side to Oscar Bob now, as he looks to be able to see if he can get past the defenders, and it seems to be that they have cleared it, and it will be a throw-in. 76 minutes being played. Freiburg have been definitely the better team out of the two, that is for sure. We haven't created anything in the second half. Can we do so now? Oscar Bob on the right hand side finding Al Harby, he skips past the defenders, lovely shimmy past him, he looks to get the ball into the area, it's Blanco, and what a save that is by the goalkeeper. Nothing to be able to test him in, and the means to be able to get the goal, but it is staying at 2-2 as we currently speak. 83 minutes being played. Freiburg look to be able to see if they can switch sides, find Doan on the right hand side. Lovely ball there as he puts it back to his teammate. Sequet finds Doan once again there as he turns past Gallardo. Lovely turn, he finds Molinas to Guedes, and the shot is saved, but unfortunately we have given a penalty in the meantime, and it's a definite penalty. I know obviously I've been a bit arguing the toss in some of them, but this is definitely a penalty. He kind of mistimes the block originally, trying to obviously kind of get the ball clear from the shot from Guedes, and I can't really blame Seabert at the same time, and it is going to be Guedes that steps up, and he does send Lobrovic the wrong way, and it seems to be that Freiburg are going to seal all 3 points at the Dusseldorf Arena after converting that penalty, and that is going to be the case. Full-time whistle has been blown. Fortuna Dusseldorf 2, Freiburg Freiburg 3, and this has probably been one of the worst episodes that we've had so far in the Bundesliga after, obviously, in our second season. Nothing really got going for us whatsoever. Obviously, losing out to Dortmund, losing out to Freiburg, dropping points against Cologne, obviously only picking up a point also there. But yeah, it's not looking good for us. We've got one last chance to be able to see if we can get 3 points in the simulation game against Mainz, as we are at home at the same time. Different change in terms of the lineup at the same time. And at least we do get a victory there. Kevin Schad and Fusa Mensah getting on the score sheet after coming back after 1-0 down there to Mainz. And yeah, it's not been the best of episodes. A lot of points dropped, and we've really welcomed Dortmund back in the title race. Obviously, we need to see what sort of results they've done in the same time, but this could really open up the title race for the final day, and it might just boil down to the final game of the season. We just never know. This is the actual table itself, and it's only 4 points to separate it. Played 29, won 20, drawn 4, lost 5, currently sitting on 64 points to Dortmund 60. It's between us and Dortmund, that is for sure, but yeah, it's not looking good for us. Augsburg are actually 4th there, as you can see, beating Bayern Munich to the Champions League spots as we currently speak, but yeah, not looking good, I have to say. One of those, we was in such a good position, but obviously we run a results like that, you just drop straight down the pecking order, especially when your opponents can obviously pick up the points that they need to do so. So, all to play for in the final games of the season, and that will be in the next episode. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Please like and subscribe for more content just like this one, and don't forget to hit the notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.